Well, hello everybody. I'm trying to get my face onto the screen. I'm barely on there. Let's see if I can work this better. Behind my steering wheel. Does that even work? There, I guess that does work. Well, I am sitting here in my truck. I somehow escaped working until there was no light left in the day somehow. I had 5 calls to do today, and I knocked those bitches out like a boss. But really, they went really fast. It was nice. There was a lot of capacitors, some drain line problems. Didn't have to change any motors today. That was nice. Did have to add some refrigerant to a unit. Guy got to a guy's house and he had me perform a couple extra tasks to the other unit. So, starting off today, I had a call. Justin is here. Hey Justin, you get that text? I sent you a text. Donald Trump. I went to the first call today, and it was a run capacitor. What's up, Rob? There's a run capacitor on a Maytag unit, and Maytag sort of goes against the norm of an inconspicuous air conditioner because they are like a bright, shining light in the sky. I don't know what it is about them. I just don't like them. They seem fine to me. Really quiet. Actually had an ECM fan motor. Just the run cap was blown for the compressor. I mean, fan motor didn't have a cap because it was ECM motor, but the compressor run cap was blown, so I changed it out, and everything was fine. Ran it for a little while. It was doing just fine. I had a buddy of mine. What's up, Mr. Ruiz? I had a buddy of mine refer his calls to me. He used to be in business for himself, and he was a Maytag dealer, and he went back to work at United Refrigeration, and now he is back at R.A. Michael, where he started when I first met him. So he'd been at R.A. Michael for years and years, and I bought Heil from him a few years back. But since he was a Maytag dealer for R.A. Michael, he had a whole bunch of Maytag customers, because evidently the Maytag customers are real big about calling or looking up online to see who's a Maytag dealer, and they found him, and now he's sending all those people to me. So I've never seen so many Maytags in my life. I've never seen any of them, and then all of a sudden, the last few weeks, I've seen like 4 or 5 of them. So, what's up, TJ? TJ tried to trick me, but I got him. That's an inside joke too. But second call, I had to go over to a house in the urban sprawl area off Gordon Road in Wilmington, where it's just house upon house upon house upon house. That was a run capacitor too. That was an easy one. So the day started out, that's why it went so quickly, because there's so many run capacitors. So I was able to fit in another call, and I rode up to a house in the Myrtle Grove area, which is the south side of Wilmington, and it had a couple different issues. The drain was stopped up because it was run down into the dirt, so I had to take it out of the dirt and cut it off above ground. The drain pan upstairs had a little bit of water in it, so I cleared that water out of it. He asked me to check the other unit while I was there. I told him I didn't have time to check the other unit, but he said just put some gauges on it if I didn't mind. So I said, well, that's easy enough. The biggest problem with it was a carrier package unit, and it wasn't one of the newer ones, it was an older one. So instead of having those 3 panels on the front so you can service the compressor, the blower, or the control section, it has one long panel, which means you have to take it off, and you're basically opening up the airflow. I didn't turn it off, I just let it keep running. So what I did was I took it off, and I used my big square of reflectants to put over the blower door so I could work on it. And that seemed to work pretty well. So I worked on that one. It was low in refrigerant, so it was good he asked me. It had a 35 degree superheat. Target superheat was 5 because it was so hot outside. It was 96 or 97 at the unit, and inside it was relatively cool. I mean, that unit had been doing a pretty good job for being a little bit low on gas. So it was cool inside, so our wet bulb was relatively low. After I got done with that one, I had to cross town. Justin Hernandez is asking if I'm in color and I don't look ridiculous like on the other app. It is because I'm using the iPad, and I wanted to use the iPad more because it just seems like a better overall camera. Well, not only the camera, but the app for the Android for YouTube puts me into this psychedelic light looking shit, and I don't know why it happens. And I changed the resolution because me and Palace thought it might be a resolution, but it seems to do it with every resolution, so whatever. Okay. But after that, I crossed town for the fourth call, and the fourth call was a duct is falling loose. This is how it's described to me. A duct is falling loose and blowing all the air under the house. Sounds pretty tragic, pretty important that I get there as soon as possible to save this family from living in this sweltering hell. So I get there, and I say, I heard there's a duct falling loose. Can you tell me how you found out or where you see it at? Well, they take me to this bedroom in the corner, and I look over, and it's just one boot on the floor, and the house is like 75 degrees. I'm like, well, this is probably not an emergency. So I look down there, and I see there's a crawl space door, and 3 foot away is where that boot is. I'm like, oh, praise Jesus. So I dislike this ductwork. It is old ass metal ductwork with insulation that's falling off. Has this little insulation dangling down in the crawl space. The kind of crawl space you look under and you just go like that. So I said, all right, well, this is going to be easy. Then I opened the door to the crawl space, and there's a cinder block wall right there. So I had to crawl through this tiny hole. So it's basically like, you ever read Winnie the Pooh? Winnie the Pooh trying to crawl through that hole. Instead of a honey jar causing a problem, it was Arby's roast beef sandwiches. But I was able to make it through the hole, and I reattached the line as good as any service tech would do. And I crawled back out of there, taped it up, and did a bang up job. So, called for inspection. Just kidding. So I left there, and the last call of the day was up in my neck of the woods, and that's how I planned it, so I could come back up there. I didn't get too many. I had one call during the day that I hit. That was that third one that called me in the morning. Other than that, I got to do the ones I had already planned. So I headed back up there, and I checked out a unit at the guy's house, and the unit was fine. It was 76 degrees. He had it set on 73. He was concerned that it was having a problem because it had leaked out gas. We had changed the evaporator last year, but it was fine. It was actually a ream unit that I had a video on, I think. It's like ream unit overhaul or something like that, where I changed out the evaporator coil and had to fix a leak that was on the condenser as well. But it was doing great. I mean, it was running just fine. It was just, it couldn't catch up because it's just hot outside. 97 degrees outside. I didn't take the humidity today, but it felt like shit, so I'm sure it was high. And that was the day. No one else called me. I have some more on the list I'm going to start going to tomorrow, but I had enough time, or I would say it wasn't imperative that I went ahead and did another one today. So I'm going to start on them in the morning. I might be changing an evaporator tomorrow from what it looks like, and trying to change out a drain pan on an air handler. That's old Goodman air handler, and the good thing about those, and Justin Hernandez has, yes, that's the correct terminology for heat. It is hot as balls. The correct term for how hard you're working is balls to the wall, and the heating term is hot as balls. That's correct. Those are actual industry terms. But I have to change out a drain pan in the old Goodman unit. It's cracked. It's leaking into the secondary pan and draining out the secondary drain. I'm gonna try to do that tomorrow morning. Then go change that evaporator and whatever comes up as the night falls. Well, that's about all I did today. A lot of running around. Most of it was in Wilmington. The last call was in Burgaw, about 20 miles north of Wilmington. And here I am in Wallace, beautiful Wallace. As you can see behind me here, you can see that cage behind me there. That is the old abandoned Walmart garden center. This Walmart has been abandoned for like 10 years. And I don't know if you guys can see it. I'll move the iPad over for a second. Let's check this out. Whoa. You can look in the rear view mirror there, and you can see the old abandoned strip mall back there. It's been that way for a long time. So, let's see if I can set it back up here. I don't know where I had it set now. There we go. Yep, that's about it for today, guys. I'm going to remind you guys, just like I told the guys this morning on the YouTube live stream, I I am doing a notification via text if you want to watch. All you have to do is text me at 910-789-4714 with your name, and the phone number will be on the text. And then I can notify you. I have a group text app that'll notify you before I go live. We have 10 people on that list as of this broadcast, and I hope that'll grow because it's really easy for me to notify everybody. That way everybody can see the live broadcast and we can interact on here and watch Justin Hernandez refer to the weather as hot as balls. And David says, I think we had 137% humidity in Raleigh. I assume it was double out my way. And 137 sounds about right. The heat index was a Googleplex, so that was, I mean, I assume that's deadly. I was in the attic for the third call, and it felt very unpleasant. I do not want to go back there. Justin, oh good, you got the text. The texts worked great. Gangbusters. Yeah, so anybody wants to get live notifications that I am live, either on YouTube, I'm doing them for YouTube, I'm doing them a separate one for Facebook, and one for the Pro channel. If you send me your name, you'll get each one of them, so you'll know where I'm going live. It'll typically be a few minutes after I send you the text. That way, if you're available, I mean, you can catch it. If not, you know, we're all working, so it's good. It's fine either way. And I'll have a link there. I tried to put a link in the text. I don't know how it came across. Rob saying, am I live now? I'm live right now. Yep, I'm good. I am live. David says he had attic all day. I'm assuming that means an install, David. And that is a damn bummer because the attic sucked today. It was hot. There was a little breeze, but there wasn't a breeze in the attic. It was horrible. Rob needs a text. Rob, you'll get a text. I'll put you on the list. It'll, like I said, the text will go out about 5 minutes before, whether it be a Pro channel. I don't know. I might do one of those Pro channel hangouts. I don't know if I'll do one tonight. I might do one tonight. We had a lot of fun on last week's, and you know, these Pro channel hangouts are just for a tradesman. They're only going to be like 30 minutes or an hour long, so we can sort of shoot the shit for a while. David Lavender. David, I don't remember if I have your phone number or not. So if you want to get the text, go ahead and text me again. 910-789-4714. Rob, you would like your 7 minutes before? Okay, fine. Rob gets his 7 minutes before, but I'm doing the rest of you 4 minutes before. I'm going to separate Rob out to a different group. Rob's going to be in the Ultra Premium Pro Channel group. It's like Fritz Rochester Pro and Premium. There's a difference. I don't know what it is, but there's a difference. But anyway, the reason why I'm sitting here is because my daughter's in dance class. I'm about to go pick her up. It's 5:51. She gets done at 6 o'clock, so I'm going to go pick her up. But I want to talk to you guys for a minute. Sort of, like I said, shoot the shit about today's calls. I'm working on a Pro Channel video. I'm going to talk about subcooling and charging. And the emphasis is going to be on when you're charging on subcooling on a very hot day like it was today. I was noticing some things about how the valves reacted. Once you repair a system that has a return air that's extremely warm, I think we make some mistakes with charging, so I'm going to go over that on the Pro Channel. That'll probably be in the next day or two. If we do the hangout tonight, it'll probably be over the weekend. So, alright guys, I'm going to head over and pick up my daughter. It's good talking to you, and I will see you